Thank you very much, Mr. Serumaga. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I hope I will be audible, especially with this mask on. I'm privileged to Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am privileged to be here to interact with the media as our key stakeholders in public procurement. Today, we are going to talk about electronic government procurement, which government has embraced to facilitate the public procurement processes. On 1st July of this year, the government of Uganda rolled out electronic government procurement system, which in short or known as EGP, in 11 selected public entities. I'm aware you know what public entities are: procuring and disposing entities. These are ministries, parastatals, commissions, public universities, referral hospitals, local government, higher local government, specifically the districts and municipalities, including the newly created cities. So as a pilot, government has rolled to 11 to start using electronic government procurement system. The EGP is a web-based tool to carry out public procurement and disposal. It uses information and communication technology, or what you would call ICT, to conduct end-to-end procurement and disposal processes online. It involves all stages, right from procurement planning, to calling for bids, submission of bids, to evaluation of bids, to award of these contracts, contract management, invoicing, payment of suppliers and contractors and consultants. So in short, we are saying the manual system, the paperwork system that we have been using has ceased in these 11 procuring and disposing entities, and they are going to use automated processes right from those stages, from planning. If you go to an entity like Uganda Civil Aviation Authority or PPDA for that matter, because we're among the 11, you'll find even our procurement plan on the system. You can access them, and you know that the government in PPDA, they are planning to do this financial year. And like before, where you wouldn't get procurement plans. So if you're a business partner, then you study these procurement plans under different entities. Then you can plan, even you as a firm, as a contractor, plan what you are going to do, or where you are going to participate in bidding. Ladies and gentlemen, the 11 entities include the diversity of different entities, so that we can test different. We have National Information Technology Authority, NITAU. We have NSSF. We have PPDA, as a parastate also. We have Uganda Civil Aviation Authority. We have Uganda Institute of Information and Communication Technology. I should have mentioned that in PG District, local government is also one of them on the side of local government. We also have mainstream government ministries. And these include Ministry of Finance, Planning and Economic Development, Ministry of Water and Environment, Ministry of Information, Communications, Technology, and National Guidance. So these 11 procuring and disposing entities are now automated. The whole process is automated. You can access the bid opportunities online if you are a bidder. As I mentioned, you can access the procurement plan there. When there is a bid opportunity, you'll access it. But to access it, you need also to register on the system as a provider. This automation will be rolled over to 408 procuring and disposing entities in the next 3 years. So the only area of moving slowly is this piloting. But the success of the pilot for 1 year, actually not even 1 year, for a few months, because this financial we are rolling on additional 15 entities. So that plus 11 plus 15, there will be 26 this financial year. So this success, we have already tested. The system was locally developed using local resources. So it was developed, customized on the legal framework of the PPDA Act. Customized on the legal framework of the PPDA Act and the regulations. Ladies and gentlemen, the PPDA exists for remote service delivery through effective regulation. The PPDA now as an organization, the authority exists for remote service delivery through effective regulation of the public procurement and disposal system. Therefore, in that spirit, we have developed the EGP system to address the problems associated with the current paper-based procurement system. It will enhance competition, transparency, accountability, and sustainable economic development. The system will also lead to minimum physical interface between the bidders and government officials. That is very important, because currently bidders run all over the world, all over the country. Even the foreign bidders, you find they must have agents here in the country. So with this system, wherever you are based, you can access that bid opportunity, you can submit the bid. So this physical interface between government officials and the bidders is gone with. Thus closing out avenues of malpractices in public procurement. The transparency and openness associated with EGP will lead to increased promotion of domestic business and chances to hitherto marginalized groups like women and small-scale industry enterprises to participate in government business. So this process will also support increased participation, especially of our local bidders, and especially focusing SMEs and women. This is because all processes will be open and online, including e-advertising, electronic advertising. and publishing, no, invitation for tenders, downloading of tender documents. So this business of running to entity to look for the tender board document, and maybe some pages are missing for one bidder, and for others, maybe it's a complete document, it is easy. Because you can download this document that you are required to respond to, that has put the requirements online. And actually what that means is that if you download it and you find you don't have the requirements, then you don't participate. Unlike before, these documents are sold to the bidders. You go there, you say, let me first review and see whether actually I can participate. At times you don't have chance to, or they refuse it. They refuse you. Legally, you are supposed to access this bidding document and say, you study it, you study the evaluation requirements, and you say, should I participate? Can I participate? Can I compete? So now it will be easier because you have accessed it. It also, this automation also includes submission of bids. Bid opening will be online, and I don't need to come to the entity. I am sitting in my home in Kitgum. I can see how the bid opening is being conducted. And thanks to God, COVID is also a blessing in disguise, because it has more or less enhanced online business. The other issue is that the award, publishing of the award is also online. Additionally, contracts will be able to submit, contractors will be able to submit their bids electronically from their own comfort premises. Ladies and gentlemen, the EGP system is also essentially template driven, and all the templates are available on the system. So it is easier for a bidder now to fill in the template when submitting the bid to the government entity or procurement. This makes all transactions standardized and traceable. Thus, there are reduced errors in the processing and documentation for providers, which will improve on their capacity to prepare competitive bids. And that's what we're looking at as a government. We need maximum competition. And this maximum competition will generate reduced costs of doing business or of contracts. The system will strengthen accountability by enhancing transparency and improved access to information from a central source. Because transactions are electronic, it will be easy to trace and access data on the EGP system for auditing, reporting, obligations, and accountability requirements. The EGP is also aimed at the involvement of the public in government procurement and disposal processes. There will be public online access to information, such as what I had initially said: annual procurement plans, invitation of bids, best evaluated bidder bids, best evaluated bidders, contract award details, contract completion reports, blacklisted or suspended or bad service providers or firms, procurement performance statistical and analytical reports, and other information of public interest published by the PPDA and the procuring entities. Most importantly, all tender opportunities will be posted on the system and will be accessible anywhere, anytime. Because, and I want to emphasize this, if you are registered on this system, which is a requirement, and we have registered many providers, you will get a prompting, a pop-in. You will get a notification, even on your phone, that there is an opportunity in KCCA. What that requires you to do then is to go and see the advert that is posted online. You see the bidding document that has been posted online, and you assess yourself whether you can compete in that particular tender. If you assess yourself and find that you can compete, then you submit your bid. There is also good development for the business community, because providers registered on the EGP will get automated alerts about any new opportunities posted on the system. The EGP is also very secure for the bidders. That's usually the question. I've submitted my bid. Is it secure? Can't it be accessed by a competitor? No, it is very secure. The system will ensure that unauthorized users will be allowed to access given data and information. But more important, if you submit your bid, it is encrypted, and it can only be accessed at the time of bid opening. Because even currently, bids that are submitted to entities, they say the bid opening is on this date at this time. So they remain in envelopes. But there has been serious allegations that there is a way these envelopes can be opened, and then the prices of their competitors shared with the others, so that by the time you come, but this time we submit, it will be encrypted. It can only, you open, if you are a bidder, if it comes then, you open it with your key. You are encrypted, and then it can be accessed. It is very secure. We want you to be our ambassadors in that line, because those are questions that come. The EGP is also another important development that comes with EGP is registration of providers. You must register on the system so that you can always get those notifications. The practice we have been having is for providers to either come to our offices to register, or registering online and later coming to pick certificates. With this new system, however, once you register on the EGP, you don't have to come to PPDA. Some of you could be business people with registration with firms. So when you register at the national register, you don't need now to come to PPDA through this system, because the system automatically generates a certificate which is sent to your email as a provider. Better still, you don't need to come to PPDA to have it certified, because now entities would write, confirm that this certificate is genuine. Now they don't need to come. An EGP generated certificate can be verified by anyone on the EGP portal. If you go there, you confirm that this is there. Now, I want also to add one line that is not here, that the system is also integrated with other systems. It is integrated with URA for tax compliance, because now bidders have been asked to get a tax clearance certificate from URA, and they also run around looking for these certificates. But now, me, a procuring entity like PPDA, I will click on the line and see that this tax is a taxpayer who is bidding. It is integrated with NIRA for purposes of knowing who is bidding. If there are preferences for Ugandans, then we don't need now to say, are you Ugandan, to question. But on the click of a button, we know that you are Ugandan or not, as long as you have registered with NIRA. It is integrated with URSB, Uganda Registration Services Bureau, to know that you are a corporate company, you are a registered company to do business in Uganda. It's going to be, it is integrated with NSSF on NSSF requirements. It is integrated with payment services at Ministry of Finance, IFMIS. So it is going to reduce even costs of doing business by these service providers. Lastly, we are appealing to all accounting officers across government ministries, departments and agencies, and local governments to embrace the system and support the private to register and tap into these opportunities created by this new development. I want to thank you, and I want to appeal to you that kindly be our ambassadors in advocating for this system in terms of improved service delivery by government, improved accountability, improved transparency, and competition. I thank you, and may God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
But I wanted to invite my colleague, Mr. Uthman Segawa, maybe in a few minutes, to come and translate this business in Uganda.
But basically, I would want you to receive questions from the colleagues in the media. Let us focus on EGP, issues concerning bidding or procurement. Questions?
Mr. Chairman, why don't you allow him to?
Sorry?
Why don't you allow him to translate quickly?
Then
So,
I'm going to advise that we first have Mr. Segawa.
maybe in a few minutes, just summarize in Uganda for the Uganda listeners. Thank you.
Mwasuze mutya bannange betukalagana nammwe mu kuweereza amawulire ku mikutu egy'enjawulo. Amannya nze Segawa Uthman, nga nkulira ebyamateeka n'ebyokunoonyereza mu kitongole ekirondoola engeri ebintu bya gavumenti bwe bigulwa era engeri gye bitundwa. Olunaku lwa leero ku makya twagadde okujja eri mmwe bannamawulire tubategeeza enteekateeka ey'omuggundu gye tukozeewo omwaka guno okuva nga 1 July omwaka guno gwennyini 2021 ku nteekateeka gavumenti gyezze nayo ey'okulaba nti nno ebintu ebigulwa gavumenti mu bikozesebwa bigulwa nga tukozesa omutimbagano gwa intaneti. Omukutu guno tuguyise e-government procurement system, nga basupplier oba abantu abatunda eri government gwe bagenda okuyitamu okusaba okuweereza gavumenti okusunsulwamu n'okubawa ttenda. Enkola eno yatandise nga lumu era eri mu bitongole bya gavumenti ebitongole bya gavumenti 11. Tusuubira nti mu myaka egijja 3 enkola eno egenda kweyongerayo ebune ebitongole bya gavumenti byonna omuli ministries, omuli local governments oba districts, omuli cities ne municipalities. Ekitongole kya PPDA kyateekebwawo okulondoola ebigulwa n'ebitundwa mu gavumenti era nga omulimu omukulu kulaba nti nno ebintu bino bituuka ku muntu wa wansi. Enkola eno eya EGP system eteekeddwawo okulongoosa ku bwerufu bwe tulina mu kugula, okulongoosa mu kulaba nti nno tukozesa emikisa gyonna okubeera n'abantu bangi abasaba okusupplyinga gavumenti, n'okulaba nti nno buli ekikolebwa mu kugula n'okutunda ebintu bya gavumenti tusobola okukola ki okukirondoola. mu nkola eno omuntu yenna yenna oba kampuni y'omuntu kinnoomu tujja gisuubira nti nno ejja kuregisteringa ku mukutu guno ogwa internet. Bw'eneemala okuregisteringa ku mukutu gwa gavumenti ejja kubeera nga efuna buli opportunity oba buli tenda eneebeeranga eriyo mu gavumenti esobole okuteekayo okusaba kwayo. Enkola eno ya EGP egendereddwamu okwanguyiza abakola banna bizinesi. Bw'onookozesa enkola eno tojja kwetaagisibwa kutambula kuva ku ofiisi emu okudda ku ofiisi endala. Byonna byonna ojja kubanga oteekayo okusaba kwo ng'oli mu ofiisi yo oba mu maka go oba omuntu yenna yenna w'anaabeera. Tekijja kwetaagisa kuteekayo okusaba kwo kugenda mu government ministry oba okugenda mu local governments kati nga mu district ezeesudde wala ng'otwalayo okusaba kwo. Byonna ojja bikoleranga ku mutimbagano gwa internet. Enkola endala gyezze nayo nti nno opportunities zonna oba okusaba kwa gavumenti ebyetaagisibwa byonna bijjaki okubifuna. Gamba nga tenda zonna ezigenda okuweebwa mu Ministry ya Defense, tenda zonna ezigenda okuweebwa mu KCCA, pulaani yonna ey'ebintu ebyokugulwa omuntu yenna ajja kuba asobola okukola ki obiraba nga tebannana kusaba. Mu nkola eno eya EGP era tulinamu nti buli kintu kyonna ekigenda okukolebwa kijja kubeera nga abantu basobola okukiraba ng'okuggyako okusunsulwamu ne okusaba kwa tenda bani abasabye buli omu ajja kuba asobola okukola ki asobola obiraba ku mutimbagano. Era n'okusunsulwamu kwokka kwe kujja okubeera nga kuli restricted oba nga abantu kinnoomu be basobola okukola ki okufuna ebintu ebivuddemu mu kusunsulwa. Naye ebintu nga katugambe kye tuyita mu lufuutifuuti best evaluated bids tujja kubanga buli muntu yenna ali ku mutimbagano guno asobola okulaba ani aweereddwa tenda, bagimuwadde ku ssente mmeka, era bagimuwadde ku lunaku ki. Ekitongole kya PPDA era tekikoze kyokka mu nteekateeka eno, kirina ebitongole ebirala ebya gavumenti bye kikolagana nabyo okulaba nti EGP system weeri. Mu bino mulimu NITAU, ekitongole kya gavumenti ekivunaanyizibwa ku kalimagezi ne tekinologiya. Mulimu Ministry ya Finance, Ministry ey'ensimbi. Mulimu Ministry ya ICT. Mulimu Uganda Registration Services Bureau. Mulimu NSSF ne URA ne NITAU. Ebitongole ebyo byonna omutimbagana guno gulina engeri gwe gujjayo information okuva ku data zaabwe. Gamba nga URA tukimanyi nti nno kyatteeka omuntu yenna asaba tenda mu gavumenti olina okubeera ng'osasula emisolo gya gavumenti. Naye kati ekibaddengawo nga tetulina kuteekawo nkola eno, omuntu yabadde atambulanga n'agenda ku URA offices n'abagamba nti bannange nsaba certificate nti nsasula emisolo. Naye kati system eno eyogera directly ne URA n'eraba nti nno kampani eno esasudde emisolo oba tesasudde emisolo. EGP era ekolagana ne NSSF. Akamu ku kakakkulizo ka gavumenti okusupplyinga gavumenti olina okuba nga oli compliant with NSSF. Abakozi obasasulira ebisale byabwe mu NSSF. System eno eyogera ddala butereevu ne NSSF system n'eraga nti nno kampani eno oba ekitongole bwe kiti kiri compliant oba kigoberera NSSF payments. Era twateekawo enkolagana enteekateeka ey'okulaba nti nno waliwo tenda ze tugabira bannayuganda oba kampani ennansi, n'olwekyo tukolagana EGP ekolagana directly ne NITAU. Tukimanyi nti buli muntu munnayuganda alina okuba n'endagamuntu. EGP system ekolagana directly ne NIRAU, National Registration Services National Identification Registration Authority eya NIRA okulaba nti nno bw'obanga olese kampuni yo nga mulimu ba shareholders katugambe bataano ku bataano bameka bannansi information eyo EGP system ejja kubanga egifuna directly. N'olwekyo ekitulese leero ku makya ga leero okubabuulira nti nno tulina enteekateeka eno gye tutaddewo mu ggwanga lyaffe tutandise era mu myaka 3 tujja kubanga tugibunywa eggwanga lyonna okulaba nti nno banna business basobola okukola ki okuyita mu nkola eno obutatambula n'okusevinga ku ssente ze bakozesa mu kutambula mu photocopying empapula lwakubanga buli kintu kyonna tugenda kibeera nga tukitadde ku mutimbagano guno gwe tuyise e-government procurement system. Ekisembayo nga bwe muli bannaffe mu kutwala amawulire gano eri abantu twagala mugatuuse ku bantu bategeere nti nno okuva kati n'okugenda mu maaso enteekateeka eno weeri era amakampuni garegistaringe ennamba z'essimu kwezirioko omutimbagano ekipande kwekiri www.egpuganda.go.ug so that abantu basobola okutegeera enkola eno. Tweyanziza nnyo tweyanzege era mwebale kujja. Amanya gange nze Uthman Segawa.
Tuyanzane mukuru Segawa. Lwatu nagenda badesa akwatira ebintu bawo. Waliwo ekibuuzo wano. Kafuna ekyo no tulatu tuwa isima.
Semanda. Neyanziza nnyo Semanda. Isma. Neyanziza nnyo Nsubuga. Neyanziza nnyo Semanda. Kyetaagisa ki omuntu kinnoomu oba kampuni okubanga agenda ku nkola eno? Ekisooka kyetaagisa okubanga olina kompyuta olina ne internet ogenda ku kibanja kino egpuganda.go.ug wabeerawo eddinisa giyite window ekugamba nti nno register nti weewandiise omuntu aklikingawo atapingawo nemuletera olukalala lw'ebyokwewandiisa byalina okukola ki. So ekyetaagisibwa nti nno omuntu alina internet olina ne kampuni yo no registeringa no extra money. Ekyokubiri Ismas Nsubuga obuuziza kitutte sente mmeka okudevelopinga enteekateeka eno. Enteekateeka eno system eno edevelopingiddwa kampuni ennansi. Kampuni eyo ministry ya ICT erina opportunity oba erina emikisa gyewandiika mu mawulire buli mwaka nti nno twagala abantu abananoonyereza abanajja ne solutions ezinayambako gavumenti oku-implementinga services ez'enjawulo. So ministry ya ICT yawa kampuni eno ennansi mukama wange ajja gyogera erinnya ne badevelopinga this system. Tetwagigula wabweru, bagidevelopingidde muno mu Uganda bannansi era Moses munnanga ajja tubuulira sente mmeka zaatwalibwa okuvujjirira kampuni eno ginnansi okulaba nti nno tufuna system eno already in place. Twagezaako emabegaawo okulaba nti nno tufuna system eno internationally naye system gye baatuwa teyakola, n'olwekyo ne tudda ku system eno ennansi lwakubanga baana bannansi be bagikoze era bwe tufuna obuzibu bwonna basobola okukola ki okurectifyinga ate system eri owned by government. Ekyokubiri kyobuziza mukulu Nsubuga, kusomooza ki kwe tubadde tufuna emabegakaawo nga tetunaba kufuna system eno. Okusomooza tubadde ne kyetwanise mu lufuutifuuti paper based system. Buli kyoyagala olina okubeera nga okiprintinga ku lupapula. Bw'oba osaba tenda olina okufotokopinga empapula n'ogenda n'ozikola ki n'oziteekayo ng'oziteekayo okusabako. Naye kati mu system eno tetugenda kukozesa mpapula. Omuntu ajja kubanga asubmitinga okusaba kwe online. Kiringa nammwe abasabye ku mirimu nga mukozesa online system. Tewaba lupapula lwonna lwokola ki lwoteekayo. Okusomooza okwokubiri kwe tubadde tusanga nti makampuni mangi gayonoona ebiseera n'essente okuva mu ofiisi emu okudda ku ofiisi endala nga banoonya ebisaanizo ebyokuteeka mu ttenda zaabwe. Ne kati tugenda kubanga ekyo lufumo nga tekikyabeerawo lwakubanga buli kimu system eno eyogera ne systems endala we babadde bayonoona obudde n'essente. Okusomooza okwokusatu tubadde tufuna nnyo forgeries oba okufoginga. Abantu nga bafoginga certificates nyingi nnyo gamba nga eya URA eya NSSF bafoginga bid securities. Ne kati okufoginga tugenda kubanga tukoze eki tukugyewo. Tojja kubanga osobola okufoginga URA certificate lwakubanga system yennyini bw'oteekamu erinnya lyo eba esobola okulaba nti nno erinnya lino tulirina omuntu ono asasudde emisolo. Ekirala tubadde tufuna okusunsulwamu kwa tenda mu ministries kubadde kutwala obudde bungi. Musobola okuteekayo okusaba kwammwe nga leero lwakubiri naye nekitwala ebbanga lya nnaku 20 ng'oggyeko weekend ng'abantu tebannakukola ki kulangira bivudde mu kusunsulwa. Naye kati system egenda kubanga omuntu esobola buli omu buli musunsuzi asobola okusunsulira wonna waaba system nekola ki nekola omugatte. Ekibuuzo ekyokusatu nkulu Nsubuga obuuzizza nti no what value addition are we having. Mukama wange byayogedde byonna mu lufuutifuuti ye value addition. Tugenda kwongera obwerufu ku system eno obutabaddeewo tubututte ku mutindo mulala. Tugenda kweyongera okulaba nti n'abantu bangi basaba tenda. N'olwekyo tujja kubanga tufuna competition wakati w'abasaba batenda. Nazzi kuno tenda bwefulumira mu Bukedde oba mu New Vision atalabye mawulire ago tasobola kuteekayo ki tenda. Naye wano as long as obadde ku mutimbagano guno ngo you are a registered provider nga wagambye nti nno nze nkola cleaning, buli tenda ya cleaning eneefulumanga nga bakuweerezaako kopi ku simu yo ne ku email osobola okutukola ki okutegeera nti nno kati waliwo tenda ey'omulimu guno gwe naregistaringamu nsobola okukola ki okuteekamu okusaba kwange. Neeyanziza nnyo neeyanzeege.
English.
You want me to supplement on what you were saying?
Yes.
Okay, I am going to supplement.
And you also respond to this.
I respond to the questions, okay. Thank you, Mr. Segawa, and thank you for those questions. I speak Uganda also, but very little. I may make buffaloes. The cost, he mentioned it, the service provider is a local company under the Innovation Fund in the Ministry of ICT. And it costed, we are talking about developing the system, change management activities, staffing, because we have a unit that is running this system, equipment, training the service providers, these procuring entities who are going to manage it, 4 billion, around 4 billion Uganda shillings, which is not much. The local company that has developed this system is called Honeycombs, and it is by young honeycombs, by young innovators. Some of these boys and girls, if you know, there is a university system they developed in Chambogo, which is helping universities. So they have also come in to help this. There is a fund under Ministry of ICT for innovation, and that is competed for to develop local system that can help government improve service delivery. On the challenges, I can mention, add that there was also low bidder participation. The competition was very low. It is very clear. When you go to government tenders, currently, the average bidder participation is 3 bids per entity. Why? 3 bids. If you put an advert, you get on average across government entities 3, which is very low. And why? Maybe low confidence, low trust of these bidders in the current manual system. It could be also, I have not seen the opportunity. As a bidder, you have advertised it, but I have not seen the opportunity. It could be also running around to look for these requirements: tax clearance certificate, registration certificate certified, NILA certification. But now we have said there is integration. You don't need to run around. So the trust is built because there is no physical interface between this bidder and the procuring entity. Secondly, we have had allegations that my document has been pulled out. I put my documents to demonstrate my experience, and it has been pulled out. But now with the current system, there is another trail. Even me as a regulator at PPDA, I will be able to see after bid opening how the process is moving. I can see that this document was tampered with. And even the bidder can see that the document was tampered with. There was also allegation that if a bidder doesn't have some requirements, it can be by negligence. You are registered, you have a registration certificate, but by negligence, the staff who are preparing that bid don't put it. Or you have done past jobs to demonstrate experience, people who are preparing bids don't put, they fail to put it. Now, there are situations or allegations of saying these documents for preferred bidders by evaluators are brought and inserted in the document. So in this bid, if you have forgotten your experience and you have not included it, then there is no way you can smuggle it in the process. You understand? That builds the confidence of those who are participating in the process. It increases competition, and competition will cut costs. And of course, even the transaction. You know, you have an agent in Kampala, you are based in Germany, and these agents are the ones running around to pick bidding documents, submit bids, to run and get those certificates and whatever. Now those will be cut off. And that also will reduce the transaction cost of what? Of the bidders. And therefore, when the transaction cost of bidders reduce, government is a beneficiary. Because those costs of bidders, every cost is put on the contract. Then they add their profit margin. So those will reduce. Of course, there was also what you'd call inefficiencies in the process. inefficiencies in the process caused by the manual system. For example, if you are going to evaluate, you have an evaluation team. This evaluation team, someone has gone to the field, they usually say, I'm not available, they can't sit. But now, wherever you are, you will evaluate. Wherever you are, you can evaluate, and then the system merges the evaluation report. I think I've covered many of the challenges. Yeah, that's it. The requirements, I think he has mentioned them. I don't know whether I should translate them in English. The requirements, you must be registered. Okay, first of all, you must have internet and a tool. It can be your phone, your smartphone. It can be your computer, it can be your laptop, and also the internet. You access the internet. The secondly, you must be a registered provider. As a government, you must be a registered service provider. You must be tax compliant. You must be NSSF compliant. If you have more than 5 staff, you must, if it is to benefit, say, local providers, you must also have evidence that you are a local provider. But also, usually, government tenders, and what we are talking about, apart from internet and whatever, those are the normal requirements. Even during the manual system, those were the requirements. So the requirements, this system has not added any additional requirement. If KCC is going to build a road and they say you must show evidence that you have done similar roads, it is still a requirement. If they say you must have staff, it is still a requirement. If you say your turnover must be that, it has not changed. What has changed is that now in your comfort zone, you can see bid opportunities on your phone. There is a notification, and they say, hey, there is this bid opportunity. Should I participate? It's a decision that you must take before. And like now, when you submit a bid and say, you have failed, because you have not analyzed well the bidding requirements, the document. But now I get the document, I say, they need 5 similar works. I have 3. Then I shouldn't participate in this.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
There is one from NTV.
NTV.
My name is Benson. I did a report clarification. I'm aware of this EGP system.
Is what?
The system.
Mm.
I'm aware you started piloting it a little bit some time back with institutions like Uganda Civil Aviation Authority.
Mm.
And I was thinking that this time around it's rolling out all the institutions and all the about what will happen in that process. And if I'm right, what was their feedback? What did you receive from them, and maybe what would you do them during that window?
I appreciate that question, Jackson. It was 1920 financial year when the system was supposed to commence. One, I think Mr. Segawa talked about it. We had initially contracted a foreign firm. How this system is done is to customize with your local legal framework. If they are saying a bidding period is 31 days, then it has to be in the system. You have to incorporate that in the system. The requirements must be incorporated in the system. The requirements of Uganda are different from requirements of, say, Kenya or France. So you have to come here and sit with the with the users and customize it. That foreign company was called European Dynamics. It was based in Greece. Of course, the first challenge was their understanding of the legal framework. It took long. Number two, they couldn't also come because of when COVID came in. They couldn't reach here. And actually, we have gone far. But with the current challenges, we established that we may not actually reach the 408 entities with them. In the first place also, it was going to be costly to use that foreign company. The other challenge was that the source code, what you call the ownership, they had put it on their chest. So that every time you want to enroll another entity, you have to buy that source code. So it would be expensive. So working closely with Minister of Finance, specifically the Accountant General's office, we established that we may not go far with this foreign company. And that contract was cancelled, was terminated. We woke up very fast and we say this is going to be wasteful expenditure by government. The contract was terminated. And that's how honeycombs come in through the Innovation Fund and the Minister of ICT. And the users are telling us that this is a better developed system than what the foreign company was going to provide. And that is how we are moving. That's what brought this delay. Now we should be maybe, actually this year we are supposed to be on 26, but you see we are still on 11. But we hope to enroll. And the moment we appreciate, then we'll move. We are working hard on change management. Moses Ojambo is the director in charge of change management. We are working with the Accountant General's office. We are working with NITAU for network expansion, because if you go to some districts, there is no network. So we have to work closely with that. As we change minds of the people, we have to provide network that will deliver what we are talking about. Thank you.
Thank you.